cooperate with the police department. Anything that I can do, I cooperate by letting them in, look around. Any video that I can have, I have, but I know that only can give what I have. I'm just asking, just a chance to continue or, work with the neighbors on their dislikes, because this is my livelihood and I need to provide for my family. That's it.
Yes. Is that all right? Anything further?
I think he wants to talk, but no, I'm done.
Mr. R? Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I just like to say that the whole city is going through a lot right now. The whole city, and police is working with all these businesses and stuff because people are going to be out. They're going to be out all night long, regardless. But the police now, Denver and Aurora police, is working with different businesses and stuff. Downtown, they're working with the downtown. The food trucks was a problem for them because people linger, they get food, and yeah, sometimes people get rowdy when they get food, but they're trying to change that. But they're working with the different businesses. They're not closing them down, they're not taking their license. These licenses belong to Mrs. Howard. Like I said, I own the food trucks, and I cook all night long. You can see that from my Facebook, my Instagram, and all that. I cook all night, no matter where I'm at. She closed down. She go home. She lock up, and all her liquors lock up, and I serve food. And like I told her, if there's a problem, I can't go downtown no more because they don't want food trucks down there. But I won't serve food. I won't serve food after we close. I just go wherever somebody call and want to order 100 wings or something. I bring them 100 wings, but I won't interfere with her business. And I wasn't trying to interfere when the officials came up there. I was really shocked, and I was taken, and it just kept coming and coming, and it led to the viral video that's now 750,000 views. And we have a serious problem here in our country with race, and we need to address it. We need to really address it. Everybody say the race card. I didn't deal the deck. I don't have a race card, And in my household, we was taught to treat everybody the way they treat us. And when you got this much space in between somebody, you don't even have to be over. There's too much room over here. I don't like to be next to him. So when the guy was hanging it up, I was taken because he needs me, and I just kind of clicked, And like I said, I apologized, tore my brother's eyes to the courts for it, but it was reaction because my livelihood has been taken. Something we worked so hard for. We put so much money in this business for somebody just to come and say, "You closed, Pop. You closed." I've never seen that done before. I'm 58 years old. I've never seen that done before. And just like with the police officers, I'm saying that we've been asking them time after time after time that we had paid for off-duty police officers or whatever, but just before we even got it open, but they come and patrol the neighborhood, push people out the neighborhood as we let out. We constantly ask them that. We not step aside our responsibility, but when people leave her sports bar and they go out, the street belong to Lakewood Police. And we offer to pay for off-duty police, you know, just to help with the congestion. You know. Again, like I say, I am stage 4 cancer, and I don't know how to, it's aggressive, progressive, or whatever they call it, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be, but this was for her. The sports bar was solely hers. The food trucks was mine. And what happened with the food truck and the liquor license is that the liquor board said the food truck had to be on the lot. I won't cook no more at night because I do have another food truck. And that's it, man. I don't think y'all should take their license for it. Because this stuff, he knows everything's happening in the city. He knows these bars, this stuff is happening all downtown. They done roadblock the streets and everything downtown because of the shooting and stuff is going on everywhere. And to say Jumbo's is responsible for the crime and the prostitution and the shooting and the drugs, it's ludicrous, it's crazy, it's insane. I have a family of 24 years. I've been in the city for 8 years and I never demonstrated anything like this or becoming a better man or treat people the right way. And what this guy, what you're doing is you snowballing the courts and believing that we're responsible for all the crime, and that's wrong. That's wrong, because the whole city's going through it. And you know it. It's all on the news, it's all in the newspaper. It's in every neighborhood, everywhere. People dying, getting killed, guns, pow, 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 pow. We ain't doing it, we ain't responsible. I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Ms. Howard, I think probably you addressed what I'm thinking about here in the course of your remarks, but I'd like you to just focus on the issue of what would you do going forward different than what you've done in the past to avoid this problem if your license is not revoked. How would you address it, if anything? It's up to you. I don't want to put words in your mouth. What would be different down the road? You had essentially a 90-day suspension, although that's a lot of it was at your request or your attorney's request, but nonetheless, that's kind of a record for the city. You had an opportunity to think about it. How would you change things to avoid us having to ever go through this again in the future? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Well, for starters, a lot of these complaints was pretty much after 2 o'clock, which I would not allow the food truck receptions to stay open past 2 o'clock. So that right there would weed out a whole lot. And I will hire someone specifically for the parking lot to make sure people is not hanging out. When they leave, they go straight out to Colfax. I had already put a gate up to stop people from going out that way towards the neighborhood. So I'm already done did things to stop it from people going towards the neighborhood. We spoke with the people with the Chinese shop restaurant, which they had stated to us at any time if we have any type of event that is on our parking lot cannot handle, we can use their parking lot So I have someone directing to their parking lot opposed to parking up and down the street, disturbing the neighbors. I will start being more conscious of you know, the noise that the neighbors feel that is very disturbing. But like I stated, a lot of these incidents was after 2. So that's my main thing, to close everybody out by 2 and not let the other crowd come in to try to get something to eat. The more, I guess you wanna say, late night crowd. So, as far as my staff is actually, they are trained. I don't hire anybody who doesn't know or have a certificate in serving liquor. I make sure everyone took the class or will take a class before I even allow them to be behind my bar, so they'll know the do's and the don'ts. But I will, as I always have, if any neighbor has any problem, my doors is always open for them to come and talk to me so we can work out any problem they feel like Jumbos is causing or anything like that, because I'm a very understandable person. So and I will make sure that I am paying attention to the outside area so when no incidents occur, you know, anymore. But yeah, that's what
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Shea, do you have any final?
I don't believe we've been provided anything about the licensing, licensors, employees maintaining responsible vendor training certification. So I would say that all 11 of the aggravating factors in regulation 47603 have been hit in this matter. I find that to be very compelling evidence against allowing them to retain their license. And what I'm not hearing from licensee or from Mr. Howard is really an acknowledgement of any wrongdoing in pointing the fingers at others and saying it was other people's fault and that the authority should not have made the findings that it found in regards to the sustained violations. And simply put, I do not believe that is the attitude of someone who deserves another chance at running a licensed liquor establishment. Thank you.
Thank you. So that brings us to the point of whether we open the hearing to any other comment. Do we have a sign-up sheet?
Yes, we have one person who would wish to speak. Okay, so 2 people then who would like to speak.
Like I said, it's been so long since we've done one of these. I'm not sure exactly what the protocol is, but given the fact that you've taken the time to attend the hearing, I will go ahead and allow limited comment from I assume from the neighborhood. If you step up here. Whoever. There's two of you? Okay.
You go first?
Flip a coin.
She's gonna go first.
Please identify yourself and, I suppose you better be sworn. Thank you.
Alright. Is that microphone on? Do you see a green light?
I do.
Okay. Alright, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you are about to give before this authority is the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name, spell your name, and state your address.
My name is Roberta Garrett. I'm at 1570 Ingle Street here in Lakewood. So that puts me about 300 feet from Jumbo's.
All right.
Thank you.
So just go for it. So thanks for hearing us and at the last hearing and at this one too. Honestly, we ignored the problems from Jumbo's as long as we possibly could. This stuff was brought to my doorstep. And if they're allowed to continue, I don't believe anything is going to change. I don't believe there's been any accountability from this business. We've heard the derogatory comments, we've heard the screaming, the yelling, the vulgarity. I just don't think it's an appropriate business to have in a residential neighborhood. There's a long-term care facility right across the street. It shares the same parking lot. I'm not sure why they haven't, been before this board to testify, but it's my understanding that some of the patrons have actually passed out in the lobby on at least more than one occasion. These are the kinds of things that we have experienced from this bar. We don't have a problem with the restaurant, and we really thought this was going to be a restaurant with a liquor license, not a bar until 2 o'clock in the morning. We're a residential neighborhood. We have to get up and go to work the next day. We hear their keys, their car alarms being set from 11 o'clock at night on. If they're allowed to stay open until 2, that is an absolute destruction of our quality of life. We are not anti-business. We are not